Rusty with Rusty Rental Dingo Power here. I'm going to do another teardown video of the TX1000 tandem pump. The last one I did kind of sucked. So I got a different camera location. I'm going to step through it and we will get it torn apart. So all right, so you'll want to put it up on a pipe so you can easily access it. All right, pop off the end cap. These pumps are really similar. If you look here, this front section does not have a gear pump in here. The back section has a gear pump and this little keyway to run the gear pump. This front section doesn't have that gear pump. There is a snap ring down inside of here that is extremely difficult to get out. I've actually taken a set of needle nose pliers and ground them down so I can get down inside of here and pop the snap ring off. That was easier than normal. So you get that off, then you can separate the next segment of the pump. This is the piston plate. The piston group runs on the piston plate. You can see there's a little bit of wear on this. Main thing you want to check is that your fingernail does not catch on the piston plate. This one's in pretty good shape. We're just doing an inspection on this, like I said, because this is off of the machine that we're rehabbing. I want to make sure that the piston or that the pumps are in good shape. If we're going to sell it, I don't want there to be any issues. We've got dowel pins in this segment that index this piece. O-ring, there's a little O-ring here as well. You don't want to forget. Now, this is the piston group, and to get it out, if you're doing an inspection, you want to be careful. Try and get the pistons to come out with it. Sometimes they stick. This time they came out complete. If it pulls apart, I don't know if you can see in there, but there's 3 little pins that hold a ring top of the drum here, and if you pull that apart, if this pulls apart when you pull it out, you need to make sure you don't lose those pins. But looking for imperfections in this, it looks pretty good. Nothing that will catch a fingernail. And then the third place I'm going to inspect is this wash plate. This plate here, these are your servo lines up top. And so there's a piston in here that slides back and forth that changes the angle on this wash plate. Changing the angle is what changes the direction and the speed of your machine. So once again, I'm looking down in here, checking that there's no grooves, no pits, nothing that catches a fingernail, which it doesn't. That one's pretty good. We're just going to go back together with this because everything looks good. Some of the areas of concern, other than the wash plate, if you've got one that had significant damage to it, you want to look at your hard pieces like this here and make sure that this dowel pin is in good shape. It's not bent. I've seen them where they get bent or sheared off. Also, you want to make sure that there's no grooves in between this slot and the end, which this one's in good shape. No issues there. My dowel pins are in good shape, so I'm going to just put this back together and put this back together. And you want to be careful that your piston group doesn't fall apart. Sometimes you have to hold your mouth just right to get them to slide in like there. Oh, and I should tell you as well, if you have to replace this wash plate, it's not a big deal. There is a snap ring here at the bottom. You pull this snap ring, you put a bolt in there, and then you can slide that cap out or use a puller to pull that cap out. You want to make sure that your wash plate once again is pinned and indexed properly. I put a little bit of grease on there so it doesn't slide out. Get it indexed correctly to the dowel pins would help. All right, and if you note, there's some spring in that, and you've got this snap ring that needs to go back onto the shaft. What I do is I take 2 bolts, put them in, and that closes up that segment and makes it to where, and you don't want to overspread this snap ring. Barely get it on and started. And then you set that snap ring. All right, so go ahead and put the spline in. Make sure that your dowel pins are indexed correctly. There's an arrow that goes down on this, and you put her together. In other applications, not from Toro, but this pump is used in, the arrow may go up, but on this one it goes down. And I got one more bolt that once I find it, I will put it in. But that is the basics on the tandem pump teardown and reassembly. Thank you.